From protecting your brand to amplifying your impact, I'm your host, Tanya, attorney, entrepreneur, and fellow digital creator, and I have tips, insights, and actionable strategies on brand protection, trademarks, contracts, business setup, and other legal essentials to help you succeed. I believe that your visionary brilliance deserves to be safeguarded and celebrated. This isn't just another podcast, it's a movement, it's a community, and it's your secret weapon for shining your light with confidence and legal savvy while making your mark in your industry today and for generations to come. Hey peeps, coming in for a quick note. These episodes were previously recorded for Succeeding on Brand, the private podcast that I had for my community that I am now making available to everyone. So you'll hear Succeeding on Brand a couple of times, but it is now open to all as the Vibrantly Clear on Brand podcast. All right, enjoy. Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Succeeding on Brand. I'm your host, Tanya, and I'm so thrilled to be here with all of you passionate creators and entrepreneurial go-getters. All right, before we begin, I have to start with my legal disclaimer. This is for informational and educational purposes only. Nothing on this talk is intended as or should be construed as legal advice, nor does accessing, watching, listening to, or engaging with this content create an attorney-client relationship with Tanya Fisher or Tanya Fisher IP Law. If you need legal advice, please consult an attorney in your jurisdiction, and I'd like to add one that is preferably familiar with your business. All right, with that out of the way, now let's get through this episode because I have so much to talk to you about, especially because we will be talking about brand protection overall. Now, let's be honest. Building your dream brand is exhilarating. It's about pouring your heart and soul into your work, connecting with your audience, and turning your vision into reality. But amidst all of that creative buzz, that innovation, that ingenuity, all that good stuff and impact that you have on the horizon, there's something that's giving you pause and maybe some sleepless nights. Because as things move along in your business and you begin to grow and become more and more successful, you also begin to wonder, hey, what about the legal stuff? How can I protect my business and keep this going for the long run? And definitely listen to me. I hear you. I'm an entrepreneur too, and I have a million other things I have on my business building priority list. So it just so happens that I'm an attorney, so I know what legal needs to be addressed, handled, and maintained. And I also know that there's a lot to make sure that is in place and properly set up. But I also know it doesn't have to be a lot of never-ending work for you to protect your business. Not if you have the tools and resources you need and if you're proactive. Remember, I said that, okay? So, yes, brand protection, trademarks, copyrights, contracts, privacy, compliance. Should I go on? I know it could feel overwhelming. Maybe you've even considered hiring a lawyer, right? But let's face it, legal fees can eat into your creative budget faster than an open bar at a destination wedding. And that's exactly why I created the Succeeding on Brand podcast. This is your one-stop spot for actionable brand protection knowledge, and it's designed to save you time, money, and frustration, okay? Now, before you tune out thinking this is a dry legal lecture, okay, let me set the record straight now. Let me assure you, it is far from that. I am far from doing anything dry and boring. But what I will be doing is breaking down the complex topics into bite-sized pieces. We're going to have real-life examples and practical strategies that you can actually implement in your business right away. There's not going to be any fluff. I don't sugarcoat things. I keep it, as they used to say, I keep it real, but I keep it specific and empowering for you. So it's just going to be practical information and resources that you can use to up-level your brand and business. And yes, I deliver with flavor and flair, if I do say so myself. But mostly it's because I know if you can get the brand protection help that you need, you can spend your time and energy concentrating on providing an extraordinary brand experience to your audience and community. And that's the impact that I want to be a part of and I want to see realized. So let's talk about brand protection. Here's a couple reasons why I really think that brand protection should be a top priority for every digital creator, and entrepreneur. One, it's the catalyst for building a strong foundation. A strong brand identity is the cornerstone of your business. You need to own the rights to your name, logo, and creative works to build trust and recognition with your audience, okay? Think of it as the solid foundation on which you'll build your creative empire, to say, right? Excuse me. It builds trust with customers because a protected brand shows customers that, hey, you're serious about your business and your commitment to quality is your number one priority, all right? Brand protection is also important because it protects your assets and deters copycats, right? That's what most people think of when they hear brand protection. So let's say you're spending months creating a unique design, only to find that what? It's plastered all over some cheap knockoff products or something. So what brand protection does is that it helps you prevent this kind of what I would consider a nightmare scenario and actually safeguard the intellectual property that fuels your business. Okay. So we're not even going to talk about you creating a mega result producing coaching or course framework that someone steals the content to and then tries to pass it off as their own. What you can do with brand protection is that by securing your trademarks and copyrights, you'll make it harder for others to steal and profit off of like your brand identity, your creativity, and your innovation. Another thing that brand protection does, it opens doors to new opportunities. A strong brand with a solid legal foundation that can attract partnerships, legal deals, and other exciting ventures. Okay. Um, what else does brand protection do? One of my favorites. I don't even know why I hesitated. It gives you peace of mind. If you haven't heard me say it yet, you will hear it soon. Is that I love to say that brand protection is a form of self-care. Knowing your brand is legally protected allows you to focus on what you do best, and that is creating amazing work, innovating, and connecting with your audience and community. Just imagine being able to sleep soundly at night, knowing that your hard work is secure. That's what we all want. And please tell me this is all making sense to you and you're convinced. Because what I want you to think about it is for brand protection and making sure that the legal in your business is properly set up, you want to approach it in this manner. Investing in brand protection is an investment in your future success. It's about safeguarding all of that energy, that time, that money, those creative tears that you pour into your brand. You want to make sure that that is protected, right? Because you want to have a sustainable business. You want to be here for the long run. You want to actually impact others, impact your audience, your community. Okay. So, what I want you to do is let go of the fear because brand protection doesn't have to be a mystery or the hell you never asked for. Okay. So, over the course of this podcast, we'll go deep into those specific topics again about copyright, right? So I really do want you to learn how to protect your music, your course content, your photography, your artwork, and your other creative works, right? We talked a little bit about your coaching information as well too. I want you to learn about trademark enforcement strategies. We always talk about making sure that you have the trademark or you're securing the trademark. But we're going to spend some time too, really talking about how to enforce those rights that you have and that you're claiming. So you're going to discover how to monitor your brand online, how to tackle copycats and counterfeits, and really just overall how to protect your trademarks. Then we're going to get into those contracts. We are going to get into those contracts because the contracts are the backbone of your business. So we're going to demystify those contracts. We're going to break down NDAs, podcast guest releases, freelance agreements, service agreements, collaboration agreements, sponsorship agreements, and all those other crucial contracts that fuel your business, that get it moving, just so that you can sign with confidence, okay? So important. And then we're also going to be working on building a strong brand identity. Yes, we're talking about the legal and protecting the brand, but what are the ways to protect a brand is to make sure that it is a strong brand. And there are a lot of elements that go into your brand identity and making sure that you build a strong brand identity. So we're going to talk about developing a unique and impactful brand that resonates with your audience and community and sets you apart. Plus, again, we'll have Ask Me Anything episodes where you can fire away your burning questions about brand protection, legal compliance, and just about everything in between. We're talking about, building a strong business foundation as well. All right. That's just a taste of what's to come on Succeeding on Brand. But before I wrap things up, here's a quick challenge for you. I want you to take a few minutes today to brainstorm what makes your brand unique. Is it your catchy name? Is it your super amazing, oh my goodness, who did that for you? Or did you come up with that yourself logo? Or the way that you provide your services, the creative content in your products? I want you to write it down. What makes your brand unique? Because identifying these assets and the elements that you have forms the basis of your brand protection strategy. Now, all of that to be said, remember you don't have to navigate the legal maze or craziness alone. That's exactly what I don't want you to do or feel alone. Succeeding on Brand is your guide, your support system, and your partner in creative success. Because the whole premise is you succeeding and that being on brand for you. Okay. So, are you ready to build a thriving brand without breaking the bank? If so, I want you to subscribe to the podcast, join the community, and hey, let's unlock the power of brand protection and overflowing success. To your biz besties, your clients, your communities, and any creators and entrepreneurs you know who might be struggling with brand protection, I want you to tell them about this podcast and this episode. The more we are, the stronger this visionary and creative community becomes. We grow by staying in the know. I know the legal, maybe you know the solutions. So let's share our gems and successes. All right, speaking of success, cheers to your success. Remember our motto, our mantra, what we go by, right? Create your moment, savor your moment, and pass it on. All right. Stay tuned. In the next episode, we'll be diving into what? The world of copyrights. I love copyrights. I love copyrights, especially because I'm a content producing entrepreneur. So, we're going to talk about what copyrights are, how they work, and how to protect your creative works from the beginning. So, stay tuned. And don't forget to leave your comments or review in the Subscriber Hub comments area. And I'm wishing you optimal success. Take care, and we'll chat soon.